What's your worst birthday memory? For my 16th birthday, my mom gave me a brochure about wall climbing. Not a wall climbing gift card or the plans to go wall climbing. Just a brochure. I don't even like wall climbing. I was 15. I was supposed to hang out with my two best friends and go to the movies. My dad, who has never been in my life, showed up and guilt tripped me into coming with him so he could do something with me for my birthday. He promised a dinner and to bring me back so I could hang with my friends. We ended up going to some dude's house he loved at, where my dad proceeded to smoke crack and fall asleep. So I spent my birthday sad, hungry, and basically babysitting my 39-year-old dad. FCK that guy. My birthday last month. I was pretty depressed. Everyone forgot my birthday. I got my period without any pads available. I forgot my lunch at home. And when I texted my friends asking if they still wanted to hang out after I had made some plans with them, it turns out they weren't able to show up anymore. So I took a bath, which broke the F-king faucet somehow, and then went to eat some of my birthday cake, made the day prior, and of which I had had only one slice, and discovered my brother had eaten it all. I know it's not super deep or anything. I had recently moved as a child and had a really rough time of getting friends. On my first birthday party there, I had 3 sort of friends come over to our house. It was the first time I ever had my own friends over. During the happy birthday song, my oldest sister came downstairs, shoved her hand into the middle of the cake my mom made, then left. I don't remember the consequences or if she even got any. But I remember that sinking feeling of embarrassment and hopelessness. In the years to come, those friends did in fact become my best friends for a while. I had just turned 11 and had friends over for my birthday party. I brought people upstairs to show them my hamster. I get to her cage, look inside, and she's dead. Devastating for little me. Awkward for all my friends. On my 10th birthday, I broke my arm in PE. From supermaning into the cinder block wall. I might have had a concussion. But when I went down to the nurse, she sent me back to PE with an ice pack. Luckily, since it was my birthday, my mom was at the school to eat lunch with me, and diagnosed it in 2 seconds from asking me to hold her car keys and me not being able to. I had gone into shock and was pale as a ghost at this time. Every year on my birthday, my mom gets a Facebook memory of a picture of me and the nurse at the hospital, with my arm in a soft cast. Other than breaking my arm, my birthday was pretty great since I got the presents I wanted. My dad was upset that my mom was throwing me a birthday party when I turned 8. That's some next level abusive shit. For my 11th birthday, I got my first camera. My dad took me to Argos to pick one out. He said the limit was UAQ 70. But the camera little me wanted was UAQ 85. It was this little Canon digital thing. He bought it then just came out with happy birthday Jay. Because that camera was UAQ 85. You owe me UAQ 15. He said this in front of all of the staff. And continued to pester me for the money for another month before my mum found out what was going on and told him to stop. I had to go to my grandfather's funeral. I was 10 and I had lost my other grandfather and my uncle in the 4 months prior. When I planned to go see a band abroad but ended up getting spine surgery instead. Worst birthday ever. My grandpa died on my 21st birthday. So that's definitely the worst one for me. I went paintballing for my birthday party last year and got shot in the crotch by my dad, who was on the same team. I came home from school when I was like 17 to a birthday cake and balloons, courtesy of my mom. It was just us two, new stepdad and new stepsister. My stepsister was silent the whole time, probably because the attention wasn't on her. She could be very self-absorbed, and my stepdad seemed to mimic her demeanor because in his eyes she can do no wrong. My mom was as usual super enthusiastic and great. But my stepsister ruined that moment for me with her joy-sucking attitude, and it foreshadowed some of the years to come. The one where my wife said, "I don't want anything for my birthday," and I believed her. You did get her something. A lesson on how to communicate with others. Went to a friend's party on my birthday. My parents wouldn't let me have one. Lots of people gatecrashed, including a few rough lads who were smoking weed in the person's house. The person's dad, who presumably owned the house, came downstairs and politely asked them to leave. They told him to FCK off and stabbed him. Edit. Thanks for 1k. When no one celebrated it and everyone forgot about it, it was just like any normal day. Edit. A lot of people are saying this is okay and they like it this way. But in my defense, I was 7 at the time and it was heartbreaking for me. And damn, this is my most upvoted thing ever, THX, I guess. My mom laughing as I open up all clothes from Walmart when I specifically told her to please not shop there for me. I wanted one outfit from Abercrombie. This was the 90s fae. She laughed as I cried. Then 3 months later, my sister got all clothes from Abercrombie for her birthday. When I was 8, my godmother bought me a bike, a girl's bike, for my birthday. It was pink and had streamers. She meant well. My parents explained that she chose it because it was the bike she always wanted when she was a little girl, but never got. Still, it was hard as an 8-year-old boy to pretend I was happy with it, knowing friends would tease me about it. I get that she had always wanted the bike, but why buy that for a boy? That's messed up. When I was little, one of my friends literally threw a screaming fit and clung on for dear life when her parents tried to get her out of the car to attend my party. When I was 18, my mum forgot because it was also Easter. Then I got stood up by the friends who were supposed to be meeting me at a bar. There was also one year I'd just moved to a new city. Knew nobody. So I took myself to the cinema for a Keanu Reeves film. The projector broke about 10 minutes in. Most of my birthdays have ended up being just forgetably mediocre. First one in my own flat. First one on my own. My grandmom died on my day. Family didn't tell me. I took leave to go see her. And they told me after they picked me up from the airport. Having a party the night before, to be like YAY happy birthday at midnight, and having my wallet stolen. I spent the entire next day, my birthday, cancelling my cards and calling my friends to make sure no one had seen it anywhere or has it or know who might have it. As a bonus, my birthday is the 11th of September. So you can imagine how everyone likes to point that out like I had no idea it's 9/11. Hey, your birthday is on 9/11. Oh, that's right. I forgot. 2 years ago, my partner had a bad car crash when she was rushing home after collecting my birthday cake. I knew she was planning a surprise party, so was all excited. Will never forget that moment when I received a phone call from the family liaison officers and then rushing to the hospital, feeling all numb. I have to. I found out my girlfriend of 2.5 years had been cheating on me for 7 months with my best friend. She was sitting next to me on her phone when a notification from him came up, which she quickly swiped away. Later she left her phone at my house. And after just taking a glance, I knew what had happened. I had plans to go with my dad to see Megadeth live in concert. This was supposed to be a surprise. But my dad kinda ruined it when he blatantly asked, would you prefer floor or balcony seats? Full stop. I just found out 3 days ago, though, that Dave Mustaine, Megadeth's lead singer, had been diagnosed with throat cancer and that nearly all of their upcoming shows were cancelled. DR found out longtime GF was cheating and found out Dave Mustaine had throat cancer and the show was cancelled. Edit. I should mention that these were on my 17th and 18th birthdays respectively. My parents argued literally all day on my birthday last year. Like they couldn't take just one day to not be pissed at each other. Then, my mom took to Facebook to see if anyone would throw her a pity party. And everyone gave it to her. It started not feeling like my birthday before it even really started. I had my birthday party at a roller skating rink in 1st grade. I invited everyone from my class and some family members as well. No one showed up except for my immediate family. I was so disappointed. Every birthday I've had has been shared with my 4 siblings. So it's never really been about me. All of my friends used to talk about how their birthdays were a special day for them, but I never got to celebrate on my birthday. We all waited till summer to have a big party. I shouldn't complain. Having a birthday party for 5 kids at once is cost effective and easier since we didn't have a ton of money. Well, it was probably my first party with friends. I'd like to say I was probably 7. And I was addicted to Legos. I had Ninjago sets that I liked a lot, and at the party I let people in my room, and I don't think that I'll ever forget how devastated I was when I found out they'd destroyed all the sets and built other things with them. That was the last time I'll let friends over for my birthday for a while. When both my dad and friends forgot about it until later on in the day. When I turned 8, I stepped on an upright toothpick sticking out of the carpet. I was 16. Asked my girlfriend when was she going to come to my birthday party. She replied, no sorry. I want to break up. Nice. No one wished me happy birthday, and it did so when one friend did it. I got into the mood and started to cheer up way past midnight. Singing It's My Day, and God responded with shh. Your B-day was yesterday. Another friend, whose birthday was 3 days after mine, got her day celebrated throughout the week. The friend that shushed me even gave her a nice present while I was hanging out with them. Just the 3 of us. And acknowledged the awkwardness of me being there to witness it. I've never been close to people before at that point. So I was used to no one wishing my birthday. The present thing was like salt to the wound, tbh. My grandmother moved away on my 13th birthday. Then my mother killed herself on my 21st. My family wanted to go fishing. I hated fishing. They could have at least gone to the local river, which is clean, clear water. But they opted for a culvert over a muddy ditch next to a bunch of bean fields. Happy 14th to me. December 2017, my house burned down on my birthday. It was like a really big birthday candle. That hurt my feelings. Every single one. The reason was because my uncle, whom sharing a birthday with was a huge man-child, insisted on having a bigger birthday party than my own. I was his junior by at least 30 years. Why have a stick measuring contest with someone that much younger than you? But here's the kicker. He died a couple years ago. My first party was when I was 30 and I insisted on no party. I had one imposed anyway, and his granddaughter took it upon herself to proclaim her sexuality to everyone there like it's a coming out thing. All the while, his widow, my actual blood relative aunt, was crying the whole time and belittling said granddaughter that lives with her. This past year. Nearly same exact scenario. Next year. Who knows? I don't want to. I'm going to head for the hills when it comes and take my immediate family with me. My wife. My child. Myself. No one else. I can't stand my birthday. Edit. The 27th of April. There was a series of tornadoes that came through the area and killed some people. Well, doesn't that just take the yeah. I never really had a fun birthday from the age where I was 11. Apart from my 20th birthday where I went out with 2 friends. I always had exams on my birthday in high school and was never allowed to go out for even an hour or so. Even if it was the weekend. My worst birthday was probably my 21st. It should have been a big one, but I had my first appointment in the eating disorder ward in hospital and spent the rest of the day on my own. Knowing that it wouldn't be a good year. I do realize it could be way worse. On my 10th birthday I had a friend come round and we were looking for my cat. My mum pulled me to one side and told me she had died. 16th birthday. Nobody that I invited showed up. I had to contain the tears while explaining my mother that I didn't lie to her because she believed I genuinely had no friends. Edit. I've never expected this many upvotes. My dad stayed on the phone with his drunk sister for 3 hours and then got extremely angry when we lit the candles for my cake because he wouldn't hang up on her. Turned 18 in basic training. I spent my 35th birthday sitting in the office of an Alzheimer's specialist going over my grandmother's diagnosis. On my 30th birthday my then husband got drunk and broke my nose and I spent my birthday in the ER and then the next few weeks in a DV shelter. My 17th birthday. I was super depressed at that point in my life. My mom had her drunk, abusive, always fighting, no ex-boyfriend over. All I wanted was just one day without him around. Instead I locked myself in my room for the entire day, so as to avoid them, and planned my suicide. Kinda ruined birthdays for me forever. They're so bittersweet. I used to love them. But now I always remember back to that day. No birthday has ever been that bad since. But they're not super fun anymore. My 23rd birthday was a few weeks ago and when we were eating my cake, my mom made a scene about how nobody ever does anything for her, which is false. It made me really reflect on how my birthday never really got to be about me. On a brighter note, I worked in a 4th grade classroom this year, and my partner teacher threw me a cupcake dance party for my birthday. The kids went crazy. They loved it so much. And I tried to play it cool. But wow. It felt really amazing to be celebrated like that. When you grow up poor you kinda have low expectations for your birthday even at a young age. Having grown up like that, it is always a little weird when I meet people in their mid or late 20s who get excited for their birthday. Like even having countdowns and whatnot. Perfectly normal but still amusing to me. Was a good party. At the end I told dad to save my cake slice for later. He said okay and then put all of the leftover cake into the trash. All my birthdays are horrible. Think they were just disappointing growing up and now I know not to have any expectations much better now. I broke my phone that day and put it in receiver. It then worked. But had to stay for like 70 plus HRS. And I was also living as an exchange student with a family that I hated. Cause they weren't nice, they didn't like me as well. That day couldn't have gone worse. My mom forgot about my birthday and scheduled me to get my wisdom teeth removed that day. But that's only the second worst. First worst was coming home to learn my dog had gotten hit that day. Every birthday from 14 and up. Because my parents died. I haven't celebrated a birthday since I was maybe 12. It sucks. The day I was born my brother, 2 at the time, ran into a corner and busted his head open. My first birthday he stepped in my cake. My 6th birthday he got his first black card at school, calling parents for a parent meeting. My 8th birthday my dad brought home a GameCube for my brother and then said to me, oh yay, it's half yours too. My 11th birthday he got into a fight at school and was suspended. My 16th birthday he got into his first car accident. I've never had a terrible birthday but my brother has done something most years to put attention on him. I don't think it's on purpose. As we've gotten older it hasn't happened, just sort of unconsciously trying to get attention for him. We're extremely close and I love him but yeah he ruined a lot of birthdays for me. On my sweet 16 my only friend was out of town so I just stayed at home binging on cake and crying while I watching TV. Pretty much every birthday I ever had was TTY. I barely got any gifts or did anything special. At least my grandma always sent something special from Italy. My family never really cared enough to do anything special for me on my birthday. On my 30th birthday a few years ago, I thought if there was ever going to be a time when they either did something or got something for me, it would be for my 30th. I ended up having to bake my own cake and they ordered pizza and didn't let me choose the toppings. I also got $163. Which I assume is all the cash they had between themselves. My birthday is mostly when exams are going on, so my friends can't get allowance to come. My dad had a business meeting. My sister studies abroad and it was just me and my mum. I told mum not to make cake as I was not in mood. I just studied for my exam the whole day.